Now, I saw some commentators came out straight after the fight. Granted, they were American commentators nonetheless, but they were saying Horn should stop boxing now before he gets seriously hurt. What is next for Jeff Horn?
Look, a couple of options. His initial reaction was, I want to continue at welterweight. So there's some other world champions in America. There's Keith Thurman, who's got the WBA world title. There's Errol Spence Jr, who's got the IBF world title, both undefeated. He could pursue fights with those. What he could do is fight somebody else ranked in the top 10, get his ranking up there again, or his promoter could go to their promoters and say, look, here's the guy who just lost to Terence Crawford. And I don't know if you know boxing, some of the boxers have got big egos. They like to try and outdo the other rivals. So Keith Thurman might say, OK, I'm going to try and knock Jeff Horn out in 5 rounds to say I'm better than Terence Crawford, right, using him as a measuring stick. He would have to take a lot less money. He would have to take minimal payday to do that. He could move up in weight. There's a new WBO super welterweight world champion, Jamie Mungua from Mexico. But he's 21, but he's actually 29-0 with 25 knockouts. So that's a dangerous fight as well. That's if he's struggling with the weight. And then obviously the last option is a fight with the man Anthony Mundine. Mundine's already talked about it, called him out. And you know what? If ultimately it's about risk-reward money, he can make more money for a fight with Anthony Mundine than any of those options. So, you know, he has to decide. And as I said before, maybe with that $2.5 million payday, you got $1 million for the Pacquiao fight, maybe he decides, comes back, I've got a young daughter now and a new wife, maybe I retire.
Can I ask you about that? Because I think most people would be like, a Mundine fight, we've seen Mundine for a long time. Do we need to see that again? But as you said, Mundine's super keen. He's in his 40s, but he wants to go around again. And Jeff Horn has said, when he was younger, $5 million. That's what he thought he wanted to achieve in his career, to retire and live happily with his family. If the payday is what he's after, what you're saying, can you tell me now, do you think that is a legitimate fight that could happen?
Yes, if he wants it. The Mundine wants it. And you know what? Anthony Mundine watching yesterday, he would think, I can beat Jeff Horn. I can outbox him. He had that good knockout win over Tommy Brown recently. He is 42 years of age. But he'll look at what happened yesterday and think, I can outbox Jeff Horn. Horn would have to move up in weight. You know, he fought at 66 kilos yesterday. Mundine's been up at 72 at middleweight, so he would have to come up. Maybe that suits Jeff Horn. I know Horn's promoter said yesterday, Dean Lonergan, that he was against it, but ultimately Jeff Horn's got to make the decision. What does he want? You know, what's most important? Anthony Mundine thinks I'm critical of him because of his skills, but Anthony, it's nothing about skills and ability. I don't think you should be fighting at 42. I'm looking at Anthony's health and well-being going forward. But hey, if Anthony wants to fight, thinks he can beat Jeff Horn, yeah, let's see it. Why not? If Jeff Horn wants to fight, but if the other way, it's the tougher route is going through America, some really good guys, and you have to take less payday. So the question mark is, what is it most important? His career record and trying to get the welterweight world title back, or a big payday against Anthony Mundine, or maybe he retires already. Only Jeff Horn can make that decision. If
he did go up against Mundine, I mean, like you said, Horn did struggle to make weight, or it appeared so. Going up might be an easier option. Is there any danger he might lose? Could he lose to Anthony Mundine? Because surely if you lose to Anthony Mundine, no disrespect to Mundine, but at 42, you'd have to say the career's got to be looking bleak for Horn after that.
We can never write Anthony Mundine off. We've seen that. I suggested at 42 he shouldn't be fighting, and he knocked out Tommy Brown and looked great doing it. I think the skills, Anthony Mundine still has that skills. He doesn't have the hand speed he once had at 42, but he does have the skills, and he'll think that he can manoeuvre Horn around. Horn will be bigger and stronger. He'll be going up in weight, so he'll feel a lot better. So he'll feel confident that he can outwork Mundine and knock him out. So, as we've seen before. So, I think that's a good question mark. There'll be some people who'll be negative about the fight, but some people like to see Mundine get beaten for whatever reason.
That's true.
So, you know, Jeff Horn's got a lot of fans in Brisbane. If they put it in a big venue, whether it's outdoors or indoors in Brisbane, you know, Anthony Mundine played for the Brisbane Broncos. He's got a lot of fans up there too. So, I think it's a legitimate fight, and I think Jeff Horn has to make the decision, not his promoter.
All right, interesting couple of months coming up for Jeff Horn to see what he does next. Paul Upham, thank you very much for coming in. Look forward to chatting again soon.
Thanks, Matt.